Yo, what's going on, y'all? So I'm doing a little segment here, Black and Missing, what I bringing up, and I'm gonna give it to y'all a little bit of why I get into to doing this. All right. So this is why I do Black and Missing because thousands of people are reported missing every day in the USA. And while every case is not getting widespread media attention on the coverage of white victims versus the minority victims, it's far from proportionate. So we take a look at this infographic and then I'll get to explaining and why I chose to do this. So black and missing in America. So these are the statistics for 2023. So I update it every year. 563,389 people reported missing in 2023. 50%, 57% of those people were white, 40% are minority, 3% were just unknown. Okay. 40% of the missing persons and persons of color, yet African Americans make up only 13% of the population. Like I said, thousands of people are reported missing every year in the US. And that's why the disparity in media coverage and why I'm trying to do my little part here, y'all, on Track and Chubby Sports is because runaways, a lot of minority children are initially classified as runaways and as a result do not receive the Amber Alert. Criminals, missing minority adults are labeled as and associated with criminal involvement, gangs, and drugs. Desensitized. It is believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions and the crime is a regular part of their lives. Therefore, there's a disparity in the media and why they won't cover some of these children. So I take it upon myself to try to do my part. Now, the first young man we seen missing, as y'all seen on another video, Jacobi Metellus from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's been missing since August 24th of 2024. He's 16 years old from Silver Spring, Maryland. Male, black, medium complexion, about 5'6", 146 pounds. Hair color is black. Hair length short, look like short dreadlocks there. Eye color is brown. Location last seen Trebekely was last seen on Saturday, August 24th of 2024, approximately at 3 p.m. in the 2000 block of Treetop Lane in Silver Spring, Maryland. Now, anyone with any information, please contact the Montgomery County Police Department at 301 279 8000, or you can contact BAMFI at 877 BAMFI. The next one we have up here is this young woman here as on the screen right now, Madelynn Doze, missing from Houston, Texas. Her missing date was August 25th, 2024. She's 16 years old from Houston, Texas. Female, black, light complected. She stands 5'2", 115 pounds. Hair color is black, long. Her eye color is brown. Location last seen. Madelynn was last seen on August 25th in the 7700 block of Heroin Lanes Drive at 5:55 p.m. Circumstances of disappearance. Her family says Madelynn had been reprimanded by her father. Her father left the house to go pick up one of Madelynn's older siblings from work, and when he came back, she was gone. The family says the front door was left open, and another sibling said who was at the home did not know Madelynn had left. So anyone with any information, please contact the Harris County Sheriff's Department at 281-537-9492 regarding Madelynn Doze or BMFI 877-97 BAMFI. Now, every week I will have to put two different individuals all week long. Will follow up until somebody tells me that they were found, however that goes. But we want to make sure that no matter your religion, creed, color, please put this family and these children in your prayers. Send good vibes their way. That's all I actually do. Thank y'all for tuning in. And thank y'all for giving me a little bit of your time. Have a good day. Hey, yo. So this game right here, Iowa State and at Iowa, y'all. This is a effing battle. Do you hear me? This is a rivalry game. What do they call this game, Shad? Do you know what they call this game?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not as well versed on the names for. All I know is that, to be honest, I just know the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma and the Egg Bowl between Mississippi State and Ole Miss because for whatever reason those two seem to be the ones that have the most um, production behind it in terms of just building it up. So no,
Okay,
I'm not
this is the
sure.
Cy Hawk series. This called the Cy Hawk trope. This the Cy Hawk game right here.
Never heard that.
Yeah, it's called the
Never
Cy
heard that.
Hawk game. Now this like the rivalry game between Iowa and Iowa State is called the High Cy Hawk. The Iowa Corn Cy Hawk series awards points for athletic victories between the two schools. The rivalry has been going on since 1894, with Iowa leading the series 47-23. The series was interrupted for 43 years before restarting in 1977. The 2020 game was canceled due to COVID-19. This is going back to 1894, bro. Like this is serious football. Like this right here, bro. This is it, bro. Like this ain't no joke. This is a huge game, and the reason why I put this up here is because, first of all, I think it's going to be one of them a good football, a great football game because we're going to be able to see Iowa and see if Iowa could put up those points because we seen Iowa State play North Dakota. Now they played North Dakota, not North Dakota State, but North Dakota is actually another one of those FCS programs that play good ball. They always play North Dakota State very tough, very hard, and Iowa State was only able to beat them 21-3. However, they held them to 3, and that was largely part because of that defense. Man, I must say, man, that this team, bro. And let me get some of this these stats pulled up from this game so that we're able to talk about it as we're going, so some of the get people out there can get visuals of what I'm talking about. Because Rocco Beck was the man, bro. Rocco Beck, to me, he was 20 for 26. Now, I'm high on Rocco Beck. I am. I honestly, and I got to stand on it because it's already out there on film. I
Yeah.
said that Rocco Beck will possibly be the best quarterback in the Big 12. That's what I said. I said it, and I got to stand on it. It's already out there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I said that.
Yeah.
And largely because he's consistent at what he does. He was like, let's look at the stats here: 20 for 26, 200 yards, over 250, two tutties. That is a winning formula. Whether you want to look at Division One college or you want to look at the NFL and the pros, any quarterback that can throw for 250, not turn the ball over, get a couple tutties, and if they rushing and if their running yards is pretty good, then yes, they played a damn good game. And I think that's the only thing Iowa State wasn't able to do was run for over 100 yards. They're going to have to be a more balanced team. As you can see here with the graph, they weren't able to do that versus North Dakota, but they're going to have to do that versus Iowa. Now, Iowa ain't giving up no shorts. They got the best linebacker in college football over there, and Higgins. He ain't no joke. He ain't no slouch. He gonna get out there and he gonna ball out. Now I wanted to pull up some of the stats for you just so you can see him, bro. Um, but man, they about to this game right here, being at by Iowa, it's gonna be a battle. But I really like what Rocco Beck is able to put together, man, out there on that field. And not only that, but when you look at his receivers in this game, now let me get that pull back up so when I'm talking about it, y'all could actually see that some of these receivers, right? The way that even though he only had 267 yards, Jalen Noel was his leading receiver, y'all, with 135 yards, 8 receptions and a touchdown. Jaden Higgins was all he had, 5 receptions, 75 yards and a touchdown. Eli Green, 4 receptions, 44 yards. He spread the ball around. This is what Rocco Beck does. And not only that, but he takes care of the ball and Shad. And bro, and he's underrated, bro. Like people just if you're not in the state of Iowa or you're not close to the state of Iowa, you're not looking at Rocco Beck like he's a good quarterback. You're just not. You're looking at him like, who's this Rocco Beck? He's athletic, he's smart, he takes care of the ball. Like they did, I hate to say this, but they didn't play a slouch program in North Dakota. North Dakota is a good damn another one of them good FCS programs. They just didn't play a a beat up game, but they did what they were supposed to do in that game, beating them 21-3, keeping them out of the end zone. But when you seen the stats, Chad, when I just had it up, they were still able to move the ball with will on Iowa State because they're a good program, but they still kept them out of the end zone. And that goes up to their coaching, man. Um, I can't remember some of the coaches' names over there at Iowa State. I have to actually look them up, but they got a good program though, man. And I can't wait to watch this game. And I wanted to bring Shad some light on it. There anything you want to add on this game, bro?
I mean, they Rocco Beck, like I said, I've been keeping up a little bit more. I have Jalen Noel on one of my fantasy teams. So Rocco Beck has a nice duo of receivers that probably could give any defensive backfield trouble, you know, in college football. So Iowa is in a situation where, like you said, they had a points explosion, their first
Mm-hmm.
game of the season. So will that roll over? Because they've been just defense, defense, defense. I actually had a white corner go in the first round at Cooper's DeJean,
Right.
which is just crazy. You know what I mean? To think about like how well he had to play last year to garner that, and just how well the supporting cast of Iowa defense had to be. Um, in a game like this, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Rocco Beck will be able to pull this out. Because I have to be honest, I know what Iowa did last week, but you're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be some consistency, man. I mean, it's gonna have to be. Cade McNamara is still there, so it's gonna have to be some consistency in this, and they're gonna have to handle Noel and Higgins. They most definitely gonna have to take those two away and essentially force Iowa State to run the ball, which I'm sure will fall right into what Iowa wants them to do. So I think it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game.
Facts. That's a fact, bro. It's definitely gonna be a tough game, bro. What's the head coach's name over there? I would Kurt. I can't pronounce his last
Kirk
name.
Ferentz or Kirk
Yeah,
Ferentz. I
yeah,
think
for
that the
rents, right?
the pronunciation is different. Like I've heard Kirk Ferentz, I've heard Kirk Ferentz. I've
Oh,
heard
okay.
that. So I'm not 100% sure on what his name is. And then another thing for Matt Campbell, he's a name or was a name that was garnering a lot of attention in some NFL circles just a couple of years ago, and that kind of has gone by the wayside. But again,
Yeah, Matt Campbell. Shout
like I
out, shout out
say,
to him. Another brother head coach, right?
yeah.
Shout
So
out
and
to him.
like I said, you made me very aware of Rocco Beck. So Rocco Beck, Noel, and Higgins, that could be a situation where if he's able to kind of make some noise these next 2 years, because obviously Rocco Beck's a sophomore, if he's able to make some noise these next 2 years with Rocco Beck, those conversations may start back getting interesting again. Because I know he kind of, turned down some jobs the last time he was here. So, but he's right back in that position again. So, and nothing will help bolster that than beating your rival and having a good performance by your best players.
Yes,
So
yes, bro. Well said. Cause what we're like, man. And this program has been together. Like their Iowa State, I think was I don't want to get it wrong. I'd rather look it up while we here and while you know what I'm saying while we talking. I'd rather get it looked up. But if I'm not mistaken, they were one of the teams that had one of the most production returning in the I mean, and when I'm talking about their production coming back, it wasn't just 2, 3 snaps from last year coming back. Yeah, this team has played together last year. I think they finished like seven. They won like 7 games. They got it rolling like towards the end of the season, but their chemistry but they're starting off in the right way, even though it was verse, North Dakota was a good test for this team to open up. Now they're really going to get tested with this Iowa defense because we know Iowa's defenses are always fire. We know that Phil Parker be calling a damn good defensive game for Iowa. Iowa's going to keep the score low. They're going to try to keep the score low. And I don't know if they're one of these teams that can play from behind. So the key for Iowa State is to get out there, mash on the gas, but they got to run the ball better, man. They got to run the ball better. They have to. They got to have more of a balanced attack because right now they one of these teams that's looking like Colorado out here, man. Not being able to run the ball. You got to run for over 100 yards, even though they had 80 something yards, but it wasn't pretty because I think they had a couple running backs that had 23 yards and like you gotta have more than that, man. You gotta have more than that. Although they did play a good FCS program, you still gotta have at least 100 yards to balance out that offense. But that's a key win, though. Like I said, he take care of the ball, man. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks to me. If we can't say he's the most, I can't say he's the most athletic quarterback in the Big 12, Rocco Beck. I'm not saying he has the best arm. What I'm saying is he's just like when you look at all areas of the game, he's just to me, he qualifies in each area. Athleticism, he has it. An arm, he has it. Take care of the ball, he has it. Smarts, like and I'm sure more people will start catching on when they really start seeing him win more games this year. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, Rocco Beck, Rocco Beck. It's like the Daquan Finn thing. He kind of hurt me up a little bit last week, but we'll talk about that maybe towards the end of the show. But he's gonna come out and ball up, man, ball out. But Phil Parker, man, is gonna have to call a decent game. And we know he's going to call a good game with Iowa and his linebacker Higgins. And I just want to see what this guy Tyler, the offensive coordinator Tyler Morsor for Iowa State. I want to see what he puts together for Rocco Beck because they have been together, and I want to see what's going on with that game and the kind of game he calls for Rocco because he follows exactly what his coordinators calling him. He makes the proper adjustments. Going to be a good game. Iowa does have the advantage in this Cy Young series game, but it still can go either way, man. But like I said, we'll give our predictions at the end of the week. Well, for Iowa to win this game, I would just play Iowa ball, man. It doesn't have to be a sexy game, air quotes. It doesn't have to be a sexy game for Iowa to win this game. They just do what they run the ball well, play good defense. Because they're going to keep this, they're going to do that. Just run the ball well, get that running back going, and show a little bit in the passing game. Show a little bit more of the passing game for Iowa. They got to some of those receivers that Iowa have to wake up, and we got to see more of that out of them. And I know that's weird to say a little bit of the passing game because you can have a running game without a passing game, but you still have to be able to pass the ball just a little bit. And that's kind of what we're seeing with Michigan right now, too, over there, even though we're not talking about those teams. But yeah, you got to be able to pass it just a little bit, man. Put a little bit of staying on that run. But yeah, just play Iowa ball, man. And I think they'll be able to take care of it. But I'm really big on Iowa State this year. I really am, man. Truth. All right. Anything else you want to add on this game, bro, before we move on?
No, I mean I agree 1000% with you. I was gonna have to set the tone. They're going to play an Iowa game, and as they say, you're going to make the game boring, right? So it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
a situation where whoever defense can get the most stops, maybe even a scoop and score, pick six, or continually put their offense in plus territory. I think that'll be the key for victory for either one of these particular teams.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna be a good one, man. I like Iowa State. I like Iowa State really though. I'm big on them this year, man. I think they're gonna put something together that's gonna shock a lot of people out there. I actually got them winning the Big 12, man. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually do got them winning the Big 12. Of course, everybody stays healthy on that team. I think they got a shot just as anybody else in the Big 12 to win it. I honestly do. Um, I really do. I think Matt Campbell could put something together up out there with them, with his staff, and hopefully he gets those guys going and they win. But we'll see. Moving on.